Um, I'll be taking you on the topic marketing and the media. Marketing and the media. This is not going to be a very, very lengthy one because I intend to take you on the basics of marketing and how you can drive sales through media. Also, I hope you're all ready for me. Before I go on, I want to thank Bumi. Thanks so much for the prompt reminder. Thank you so much. And thanks to all of you here listening to my voice. I also want to thank Mr. Sammy, Oga Sammy Virginia, for the opportunity to do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go to the business of the day. Marketing is the communication between a brand and its customer.
Hello, good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, ma. I'm sorry for barging in. My name is John Peters, one of the class captains for today. I don't know if it appears as on the sound system. I'm not getting you. Please another confirm.
Hello, I'm also not getting you clearly, please.
I can confirm as well.
Okay, you are not getting the lecturer properly. Just
Yeah, same
happening
thing here.
It is very low, very low.
Okay, everyone. I don't know, it's a network. Mr. Peters, I can hear you also. I think it's a network issue. Your voice was actually cracking when you were speaking. So,
Okay, ma. Let's just continue and see if there will be improvement, please. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. Please, at any point in time, you can't get me properly. Please do speak out, please. So I have to repeat myself all over. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am clear.
Yes, it's clearer now, ma.
Okay, I said marketing is the communication. Marketing is the communication between a brand and its customers. It is with the aim of making sales. Marketing is simply targeted towards making sales, driving sales. Now, the sole aim of marketing is to get your target market or potential customers interested in the product or services you have to offer. When you're able to get your target market interested in your product or your service, you'll be able to drive sales. Now, marketing does not end in sales. Marketing does not end in sales. Most people say, you just make sure you sell a product. No, it does not end there. Once you sell a product, what next? You must have to have a good relationship with your customer. You must make sure that your client, your customer was satisfied with the product or the service you offered. And as such, there will be room for continuous patronage. When your client is satisfied, they'll always come back. And marketing sees to it that you're able to convince someone, tell somebody about your product, you get them to patronize you, you make sales, and also they keep coming back. And even at that, they're still going to make referrals, they're going to bring others, and it's going to spread. That's just how marketing works. Now, for you to succeed in marketing, you must know your product. You must know your product. To be a good marketer, to be able to scale, to make sales, you must know your product. You must know your product. What is it that you have to offer? What is the services you're offering your target market? You must know what you're selling, including the physical attributes of your product, how they differ from your competition. That's very, very important. You must know your product very well. You must know for instance, you want to sell yourself. You're the best person to sell yourself because you know yourself very well. You know in and out of yourself. You can tell a person about yourself and get to sell yourself to that person. That's exactly what it means here. You must know your product. You must know the services you're rendering. You must know them very well, including the physical attributes of your product and how they differ from your competition. We believe that every product that you have to sell out there must have an alternative market, must have an alternative product elsewhere. Someone else is also selling that product. How do you not make sales? How do you not get ahead of your competition if you don't know your product? You must be able to know your product very well and how it differs from your competition. And also, you must know the unique selling point, unique selling proposition of the product you're selling or the services you're rendering. You must know the unique selling proposition, what makes it unique, what makes it tick, what makes it different from other products in the market. Why should a consumer or why should your target market go for your product instead of another product in the market? You must know all of that. What is the benefit they provide? What's the benefit that your product provides and offer? Who are the best consumers to gain those benefits? You must know all that before you can make sales. Now you must know your target market very well. You must know your target market. Having known what your product is, having known the solution you're preferring, having known what you want to solve out there, you must know the people that need this solution you're offering, the people that need this product, the consumers. Who are they? You must be able to ascertain who they are. You always know your target market. To be a good marketer, to make sales, you must know who your target market is. Who are the people you're selling to? Who wants your product and services? And what problems do you want to solve? Now you must know also you should also focus on those things and attributes, ingredients, and all of that. I've talked about that before. You should also know your competition, which is very, very, very important for you to thrive in the world of marketing. You must know your competition. You must know the in and out, what they are into. You must know every move they make. You must know what makes that product unique. And you must have to look for a way to get yours to be more preferred than the others. I hope you're all getting me, please.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma. Hello, is anyone hearing something? Because me, I'm not hearing anything here. I don't know.
I think
We have lost her. Let me get across to her, please.
Okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Please, who got the last statement of what she said? Kindly tell us. Thank you.
Hello. It is about knowing your competitor and knowing how their product are and all of that, and improving on your own products.
Thank you, Emeka.
Did you get it?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
ma'am.
Okay, can I go on?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Hello, can I go on, please?
Yes,
Yes,
you can,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now go
Hi,
on.
good afternoon.
Okay, I said when you know your product, you know your target market, you know your competition. The next step is to work on your price, work on your pricing. Now I said this is a tricky part in the sense that if you sell yourself too cheap to your target market, or you sell yourself too high to your target market, nobody will want to buy anymore. If the product is way too cheaper than it's worth, you see your target market begin to doubt the potency of a product, begin to doubt the quality of the product, begin to doubt the worth of the product. If you're selling the same product and you have a competition selling that same product and you have the same, it's of same quality, but yours is way too cheaper, believe you me, people are going to go for the one that is expensive, that is higher because they feel if it's too cheap, then it's of a low quality. So you have to be very, 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 very careful when you're working on your pricing. You have to make sure that you balance it. Don't sell it too low, don't sell it too high. But at the end of the day, you make sure you're making profit. You make sure you're making profit. That is the main aim of it. Don't overcharge and don't undercharge. That's the emphasis on this. You must also know what your market is willing and able to buy. You must also know your target market. Who are they? And know their willingness to buy and know if they are able to buy that product at that particular price. You have to put all that into consideration also. This also aids in marketing your product. And also, when that is ascertained, you have to also put the place into consideration, to put the place you want to sell your product into consideration. Some of your target audience might be the tech savvy kinds of audience that are the internet based part actually, and some are actually the ones that can walk into a store and get it done. Some are just in the convenience of their house, they can place order online and get the product. So you have to know your target market. You have to really know your target market. You have to ascertain the place you want. The place here refers to location, the location of your business. How accessible is your business to your target market? It's like you're into a luxury product. You sell a luxury item, and you go to situate your market point at where people cannot afford what you're selling. Then the people that can afford it will have to drive like 5, 10 hours down to get it. It's actually impossible. So you have to make sure that you know where your target market is and tilt towards that direction. You have to take your product to them. Make sure they are able to access you at any given time. and not the other way around. Now, to find the right place for your brand, you must want to ask yourself this question. Number one, where is your customer? If you're able to answer this question, it's going to help you a lot as to know the place or as to consider the place to do your marketing. Then, which outlet best sell your product? Which outlet best sell your product? Is it online? Is it offline? Or is it both? You have to know if your target audience are the online audience, then you have to switch your business towards that direction. If if they are offline audience, the same you have to target it towards the offline. And if your target audience are the ones that do online and offline at the same time, also. Now you also have to ask yourself which distribution channel works for you. Which distribution channel works for you? Who do you sell to? You have to ask yourself those questions. Who do you sell to? Do you sell directly to end users, or do you have to go through middlemen? You sell to a business that now sells, that now in turn sells to the end users, the end consumers. You have to know all this. You have to put all this into consideration also before starting your business. And also, you have to know where are your competitors. You have to know where your competitors are also cited. You have to know their location. This will also help you to put your place, the place of your business into consideration. Now, also, you have to, there's this other aspect of promotion. When you put all these points I've called out into consideration, then you have the promotional campaign. I think this is where the media comes in. This is where the media comes in. This is where the media comes in. Promotional campaign. This is where the media comes in fully. This is where you advertise your products and services on the various platforms of choice with the aim of reaching the target market. This is where you advertise your products and services on the various platforms of your choice. Now, your choice is, is determined by your target audience, your target market. This is very important place. Your choice of platform, the platform you choose to advertise your product is determined by your target market. Now, the aim is to reach your target market, the right target market, and also to promote your brand. To have that in mind when choosing, when you want to do a promotion, you want to advertise your product on any media platform whatsoever, you have to consider your target market first before you choose. If they are the Instagram kind of market, then you have to go for the Instagram. If they are the Facebook kind of market, yes. If they are the radio, if they are the television kind of market, you have to go for it. Now, your target audience use the most to consume information. You have to ask yourself that, very important. What is the channel your target market use the most to consume information? Now, you have to know the kind of message that is likely to be more effective when promoting your product. You have to know the kind of message that is likely to be more effective and the ideal period for promotion. You must know the ideal period for promotion. Is there any concern for seasonality? We all know that some products tend to sell more during the festive period, probably the Christmas period. So is that the kind of brand you're promoting? Is that the kind of product you're selling? You have to know. This will really help you when you're promoting your brand via any media platform. And you also need to know your competition. You also need to know your competition how they plan and carry out their own promotion. You have to know how they plan and carry out their own promotion. Don't forget, you have to be ahead of your game. You have to be ahead of your competition. For you to drive sales, you have to be ahead of your competition because you're not the only one in the market. You're not the only one with the intent to make sales. You're not the only one with a product to sell. You're not the only one with a solution to offer. So you have to know your competition and be ahead of it. Why do you think some products sell more than the others? It's not magic. They know their competition and they know how to beat their competition. Now I want to talk on media. I want to tilt a little bit to media, what it means. What's the meaning of media? Media could be social media, it could be anything, but what is media? Media is simply a means of mass communication, the means by which you can reach a large number of people simultaneously. That's just what media is. It's the means of mass communication. It could be the broadcast media. It could be the broadcast media. We have what we call the traditional media, and we have what we call the new media. We have in the traditional media, we have the broadcast and the print media. Now, at your target market, the kind of people that are always glued to television set, are your target market the kind of people that always listen to radio? Are your target market the kind of people that always read, that read newspapers, that read magazines, billboards, and all of that? You have to really know all that before you can choose a promotional campaign that best fits your product. Now, the broadcast media is the television and the radio media. The broadcast media is the television and the radio. While the print media, I've already called it out before, is the newspaper, any printed material whatsoever that is targeted to send information targeted at a particular people. Could be the newspaper, magazine, billboards, flyers, handbills, and all of that. It's a print media. You can choose that also to drive sales for your product. Now there's what we call the new media. That's the trend right now. Every marketer, everybody wants to market in the new media. The new media is the key thing now. The new media is simply the internet. The internet is the in thing right now. Is the selling thing right now. So you have to, in as much as you choose the radio, the television, the print, and all that, you also have to consider the internet. Like I said earlier, it's still based on your target market. If they are the tech-savvy kind of target market, the new media, the internet is the best place for your market. The best place for your market. The internet here includes, when you say marketing for the new media, not just marketing for the new media, you go there and do personal marketing. That also works. But there are a lot of entails. It entails a lot of things. And please don't forget, marketing so aim is to make sales. When you don't make sales at the end of the day, it's no longer marketing. It's no longer marketing. You just have to make sales. You just have to get your target audience, reach them, bring them to yourself. Okay, so whichever media you choose to run your promotional campaign, you have to make sure it's such that can reach the right target market. Whichever media you choose, out of all I've called out now, you have to make sure that it reaches the right target market simultaneously. Now, the new media marketing includes social media marketing. The new media marketing includes social media marketing, the search engine optimization, search engine optimization, and content marketing, email. We have lots and lots of them to choose from. Now, social media marketing is really, really trending at the moment. Social media marketing is the use of social media platforms to promote your products or services. You make use of the social media platforms to promote your goods and services. What are these social media platforms? We have the Facebook, we have the WhatsApp, we have the Instagram, we have TikTok, we have WhatsApp, we have a whole lot of them. Now you have to know if your target markets are in any of these platforms and go for them. Don't forget that you're a marketer, and a marketer is like an hunter. You don't wait for them to come to you, you go to them. So I said earlier that social media marketing is the use of social media platforms to promote a product or service. And these platforms include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, TikTok, and all of it. Now we have the types. We have the types. Okay, let me explain search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is also a very beautiful tool to use to reach your target market. It is aimed at improving. Search engine optimization is aimed at improving or driving traffic to your website. That's basically what it does. It drives traffic to your website. Now, how do you achieve this? You achieve this by always updating your content. Always updating your content. Have a rich content. Have a rich content. Always post things. Always engage your target market. Always engage them in your content, in the quality of content you provide. Now, when you do all this, you'll be able to rank your website. You'll be able to rank yourself in more like the topmost of any search engine. Once someone searches for a product, a related product, and all that, your name is gonna come pop up first. That's basically what SEO does. Now, content marketing is also a kind of social media marketing strategy you can use. Work on always post rich content. Get content that is informative, that is interactive, educative, and so on. Let your content be able to create engaging and interesting conversations. Let it attract your target market. Keep them glued to your website at all times. Now we also have the email media promotion and all that. Email most times you see some pop-up in your email, promotional ads and all that. That can also work. Depends on your target market. You can also use that as an option. These are not all. There are so many of them, which I'll leave to you to do more research on. Now, I'll go back to types of social media marketing. We have the content marketing and creation. The content marketing and creation. Okay, I said a little bit of this earlier. The content marketing and creation. You can get your target market through your content. Hello, everyone.
Hello, ma. Good
Hello, ma.
afternoon.
Hope you're all getting me, please.
Sorry, ma, I didn't get the last part you said.
On which one, please?
Concerning the content marketing.
Okay. I said content marketing is a type of marketing. Is a type of marketing. Content marketing and creation. Content creation. To be a good marketer, you must have a rich content. You must be creative. You must be able to create a content that can attract buyer, that can attract your audience, thereby making sales, which is the most important thing. Now we have the advertising slash sponsorship. Don't forget we are under types of social media marketplace. We have the advertising and sponsorship. We have the influencer marketing. This is also very popular. The influencer marketing, where you can influence somebody to buy a product on social media. We have the paid media. We have we have the aspect where you always contribute to forums. There are so many forums on social media. To make your presence known, you have to always make sure you contribute to such forums. You go in there, join in the conversation. If you have something informative you can share, and by so doing, at some point, you get your target market. We have building your following. Also a type of social media marketing. Building your following. You must have followers. You must take it as a priority. Have a lot and lots and lots of followers. If you want to do an Instagram, you want to do a Facebook marketing, always make sure to have followers. You follow and they follow you. You just have to keep following. Don't stop following. Keep following. It says. And also we have the reviews. Reviews is also a type of social media marketing. When a customer testifies of the satisfaction, as I said, marketing has gone beyond just making sales. There must be customer satisfaction, delivery. Satisfaction is if the client is satisfied, you get lots and lots of reviews on social media. And when you get lots and lots of reviews on social media, at some point it builds trust. It builds trust, attracts your prospect, your target market, and it builds trust also. And also brings about referrals, thereby expanding your skills. I don't know if anyone has any questions so far. Is there any questions? Can I attend to questions?
Hello, ma.
Yes, please.
I there's a question in the chat box. Actually,
Okay.
somebody asked this question. Good afternoon, ma. Can you teach us how to run sponsored adverts on Facebook?
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, Aselemi has his hand up, so he'll take the mic and ask his question. Thank you.
Please, mine is not much of a question. It's just you give me a recap of from the point you talked about influencer marketing. The next one you talked about is it paid media? I didn't get that clearly. From that point downward, I was lost kind of.
Influencer marketing. Yes, I said paid media. Paid media. A lot of ads on social media are not paid for. But over time, paid media, when it's a program, when an advertisement is paid for, I think it has this way of attracting attention. It makes your target market to feel, wow, I think these people have something to offer. These people have something to offer. Paid media, very important. It's something you pay for it to be advertised on social media on the platform of your choice. You see that a lot on Facebook. Most times you just see sponsored ad is being paid for. Okay, let me explain further on this. For instance, you want to run an ad on radio. You can't come and say I want to do free advert. You pay for it, right? Same goes for social media. If you want to do your personal, everybody has accounts, Facebook accounts and Twitter and all that. And you can use your personal platform to advertise goods and services. But if you want it to reach the kind of target market you want, the kind of audience you want it to reach the number of people you want to reach, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. And also the demography also matters, like the location. Do you want this your ad to reach people? Fine, you want your ad to reach people in Port Harcourt. Is it like everybody in Port Harcourt? Which is not possible. You can't reach everybody in Port Harcourt because not everybody that is using an Android phone. Not everybody that's tech savvy. It's not everybody that has data at some point or so to access that ad. So you can't reach everybody in Port Harcourt. You can choose to like, okay, what I sell. If I, for instance, I made mention of luxury items. I was like, okay, I sell luxury items. For instance, clothing. I sell beautiful clothes that are expensive. They are designers clothing. Like I want to target Port Harcourt audience. Normally, you want to go for the market in GRA. You want to go for the market in GRA. For you to be able to reach that, you have to pay for it. There are agencies which I can't really go further on that, but you have to pay to be able to reach the kind of audience you want to reach. Influencer marketing, you should know influencer marketing. You can get a figure to influence people to buy your product. For instance, Ogasami Wejia is a popular name, a popular figure in the sport, in media and all that in Port Harcourt. You want to get him to sell a sportswear for you. You want to get him to sell a particular brand for you. You meet with him and you guys do the transaction, and he's able to influence people to buy your product. That's just a simple example of what an influencer marketing it looks like, rather. And I've given you an example of what a paid media looks like on social media. I think I made mention of contributing to forums. Now, the second person that asked me a question, I don't know if you still understand. Paid media, contributing to forums, you just have to make your presence known on social media for effective social media marketing. You just have to make your presence known. I think that's where contributing to forums comes in. You just have to be everywhere. You just have to contribute. You just have to be involved. Be seen, be heard, be known. And any other question? Please, I'll attend to the first question of sponsored hats on Facebook. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Someone is interfering with his mic. Linus, please, could you mute your mic? You're really distracting us. Thank you. John Peters has his hands up. He has a question to ask.
Go ahead, please.
Mr. John Peters, are you there? Kindly ask your question.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to ask, relating what we've learned right now to what is happening in the media sector, television and radio, we have a lot of them in town right now. How do we apply this marketing skill to this sector, to this television and the radio sectors to attract listeners to these stations when we know that there are many other channels that people engage themselves in right now, watching television cables. These Android phones have provided other means of entertainment and all that, apart from the radio. How do you cope right now in winning the audience heart into listening to radio stations and our local television stations? This marketing skill.
Okay. Oh, yes, you're right. We have the radio and television media is all everywhere in town. It's everywhere in town. And also you have the issue of cable where, for instance, DSTV and all that, people, subscribe to watch movies, operas, and all other form of entertainment and all that. Yes. Well, to get someone to advertise on your station, either radio on your radio station or your television, that's where content comes in. Content comes in. Now, there are audience that will not want to, that don't have the time to sit and start watching cable, start watching television, just sit and be watching entertainment and all that. Those kind of audience are the they are always on the move. They are always on the road. They're always on the move. Those kind of audience are the kind of audience that radio can reach easily. No spoil. Now, people like that want to tune to radio to hear news while they are on the go. They want to tune to radio to hear the latest in sports while they are on the go. They want to tune to radio to listen to good music. And at some point, if they're able to give them a good content, I bet you such audience will always tune in to listen to your station. And when you're able to attract them through your content, that's what you broadcast. You just have a target market. Likewise, the television, their audience, their target audience that are always tuning to television to watch what's happening in Nigeria, news items, what's happening in Nigeria. Their target audience that they prefer television because as they see motion, those things registered in their minds. They don't forget easily. So such audience at some point when they are watching an ad pops up, definitely that ad can convince that person to buy. Likewise, the newspaper. Now we have newspaper online also, and we still have ads online. So every target audience, every media has its target audience. That's the truth. Every media has its target audience. Now it's up to you, the marketer, to know your target audience. Now, if you sell a fashion wear for young people, for instance, you're targeting women, for instance, or guys, you know definitely what young people do now is their phone, 247, they are on their phone, on the internet surfing. So when you have such target audience, you know where to go to. You must do social media advertisement. You must do social media marketing to get such. And also there are young people that listen to radio stations. Like the radio station I market for, there's one that's for the young people. They play music that is new releases and all that. When they are listening to music, advertisement pops up at some point in time, and they get a phone number and they call up and transaction takes place. So every medium has its target market. Every medium has its target market. That's the truth. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Okay,
Yes, you've done. Thank you.
Thank you,
thank
ma'am.
you.
There are some questions in the chat box, but before we go to them, I want to ask a question. Advertising costs money. What percentage of money or what percentage of your income or whatever can one spend on advertising, you know?
Well, you are the one that has a product to sell. Now, there's this saying that says, to get money, you must spend money. To get money, you must have to spend money. So you have to draw your budget. You know your pocket. You have to draw your budget and say, okay, I want to spend this amount of money in promoting my product. I want to run a promotional campaign. You have to set your money aside. Like I said, you can't really you you just can't do without not spending money in order to get money. Advertisement costs money, that's true. But sometimes you do not want to cut costs by going for the media that does not have your target market. You don't have to go for a media that your target market is not there because you want to cut costs. So you must know your target market. This will guide you in running your promotional campaign. You must know if your target market is only on social media, you have no business with radio stations, you have no business with television, you have no business with print media, newspaper or magazine and all that. You have no business there. So when you know your target market, it should guide you to draw your budget, and it also helps you to minimize costs on adverts. That's just it. You have to
Thank you, ma'am.
channel that money into Facebook and make sure you meet your right target market. Then there are some target markets that are everywhere. There are some products that almost everybody uses it, including the people that only watch television, they only listen to television. They only listen to radio rather, they only sit and watch television stories and news adverts and everything. Anything that has to do with television broadcast. And also the ones that read a lot, they read newspaper either online or the hard copy and all that. So if you have target audience that cut across all these categories of people, you just have to spend more, definitely. You have to reach all of them as price sales. But note that there's no way you're not gonna spend money to get money. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Let me go to the questions in the chat box. Brill said here, good afternoon, ma. I went to school and came late. Can you enlighten me on the topic, please? Brill, I think it will not be wise for the lecturer to go over what she has said. We've gone way ahead in the class. So I think you get to the group and you receive a recording of the last class. There's another question for you here, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma. This is from Joy Pilot. Good afternoon, ma. What are the biggest challenges a marketer should expect and how to handle them? Thanks.
Wow, 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 wow. There are so many challenges out there. There are so many challenges out there. So the moment you decide to make sales, you should also decide to take the bull by the horn. I know that come rain, come shine, I must make sales. There's several challenges out there. If you go out as a marketer, it's okay. Okay, you have a prospect. You want to go meet your prospect and talk to your prospect about your product, why they should prefer your product, why they should patronize your product, your brand, why they should recognize your brand and all that. You should know that as you're going out, you're gonna meet different categories of people, different temperaments, different ways of understanding and all that. So you should be prepared. When you can meet some people on approaching, they feel as if you're coming to beg them for money. You don't have to be embarrassed. Just wave it and move on. Or you look for ways you can still get that person's attention. If you know that person is a prospect, is your target market. You can also look for other ways you can, get the person's attention so as to convince the person. But always know that marketing has a lot of challenges, just like other things in life. You just have to be determined. You have to be determined. Like, I must make sales. I must convince this person. I must make sales. Just like social media marketing. Sometimes a paid ad is displayed, and you see people start commenting scam. Scammers, oh, they are it again. You see different ugly comments, and maybe you're tracking your comments. You're trying to see the reaction of your prospect, and they're also trying to communicate, face this communication and all that, answer their questions. And you see comments like that, you won't give up. You just have to keep advertising and get your feedback. The aim is to make sales, not to give up. So you must make sure you make sales. You must make sure you achieve your goal at the end of the day. In radio marketing, sometimes you get a client to come and advertise. And at some point, the client will tell you, like, I did not get feedback. Oh, I did not get feedback. And some will ask for a refund. Some will start calling you names, thieves, and all that. But it doesn't stop you from not running your radio station. You still have to keep running your radio station. Just find a way to make sure you set it amicably with that client and you move on. You don't give up on marketing. Even in television, the same thing. Even at some point, you have technical issues in the broadcast uh, media rather. You have technical issues. At some point, your client ads didn't go at the time supposed to go. They call, they render all manners of abuse at you and all that. We still take it. You just have to be polite. The mannerism at which you use in approaching them or in settling misunderstanding matters also. I think to me, it's all about determination. Every time I leave my house to go meet a client or attend to a working client where I work, I've already made up my mind, like, I must achieve my goal. Why did I come to work today? To make sales. Yeah, so I don't let anybody put me down. So as a marketer, there are so many challenges, so many, so many. But what matters is your determination. Are you determined? Are you bold? Do you know your onions? Do you know who you are? Do you know your brand very well? Can you defend your brand at any time? Are you confident? When you have all these characteristics, it helps with any challenge you meet there. That's just what I can say. for that. Yeah, that's just it. I'm saying this out of my own personal experience. So yeah, there are lots and lots of challenges which I cannot, you know, pinpoint at this moment. But it's all about you. It's up to you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your brilliant response, ma'am.
Please let me
Um,
cut you, please. Can I cut you? Yes. The last person that asked the question I just attended to now. Yes. Also, pricing is a challenge. You can do research, more research on it. Pricing is also a challenge. You get, for instance, you have a product. I have a wristwatch I want to sell, a Swiss wristwatch I want to sell, and I'm selling it I'm selling a particular Swiss wristwatch. But let's say in the newest edition, I'm selling it for instance, 70,000. Another person is selling it for 50,000. Another person is selling it for 100. No, let's say yours is more expensive. You see, people will just not attend to you. Once the top price, so just like that, just leave, just leave. So there are so many challenges, ranging from price, ranging from a lot of things, a lot of things, a lot of things. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We thoroughly enjoyed your response. Owolobi wants to ask a question. Owolobi, kindly unmute your mic and ask your question. Thank you.
Madam, these days, because of marketing, it appears, I might be wrong, that people are buying more of the advert than the product. This, I think, negates the fact of what we were told earlier on, that in marketing, it's not all about selling the product alone, but about the client satisfaction. That too is key, while your goal is to market your product. I have an experience one time of something that I bought. Packaging, wonderful, exceptional. But the content was far lesser than what I thought it should be. The quality was good, no doubt, but the content of what I was expecting in terms of quantity was far lesser than what it used to be in the past even. So how do you explain that?
Okay. Actually didn't get what you were saying earlier on. You said something about people buy more of the packaging than the content. I don't know if I said you right.
Oh yes, that's what I meant. That these days, because of marketing, people are buying the advert than the content, and then where it negates what we've been taught now, that in marketing, while your goal is to make profit, but customer satisfaction is key. And if what I said is being observed, how do you explain that?
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Especially on social media, people buy adverts a lot. Yes, that's true. Even influencer marketing, it happens a lot too. You get a celebrity that is well known and popular to sell a brand, probably a human hair for the ladies. That is not actually 100% human hair. But because it's coming from that celebrity, people will rush and buy. At the end of the day, you've made your sales, my dear. Well, why if people are buying more of adverts rather than the product, it's because the advertisement has achieved its aim. The aim of advertisement is to get people to buy your product. Now, it doesn't matter if your product is inferior, if it's fake, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the moment. What matters is, has this advertisement been able to achieve its aim? Yes, it is. The same applies to you as a marketer that goes out to convince someone to patronize you. At the end of the day, you get a client to patronize, to pass with his or her money and to buy your product. You've achieved your aim. But at some point, I said, like, to me, I was a marketing does not end in sales. Yes, the essence of marketing a brand. You see, the process of why would you even start a business in the first place? Fine, you have the solution to someone's problem. You can meet people's needs. Yes, of course. But you have to make profit. So you make money and you're also solving a problem. It makes for satisfaction. You are satisfied, your customer is satisfied. Now, if you at some point you, the business person, runs at a loss, you are not satisfied and your client is satisfied. I don't know what to call that one. It just means it's a bad business entirely. It's a bad business. You solve problem for free. That is not our goal. You don't solve problem for free. A marketer's goal is to make sales. When you make sales, you feel fulfilled. The aspect of the content, you buy something and what you bought is not really what you wanted. Well, I don't know for that one. That's why we always advise people buy products on social media. You have to really verify if what you're buying, unlike you walk into a store, you're seeing what you're buying, even if it's packaged, it's wrapped. You're seeing what you're buying. You can assess it at some point, and make up your mind to buy it. Social media marketing or you buying from online is not always like that. You just see the pictures, you see the write up, it's so nice, and you decide to buy. So whether it turns out bad for you or not is really nobody's fault at some point because you made a decision to buy. And why did you make that decision to buy? Because you saw an advert and you were compelled. That's not really where I'm going to. But I'm talking at the marketer's point, at the marketer's standpoint. You as a marketer, when you make sales, don't stop there. When this one buys and tomorrow they don't come back to buy, it's more work for you. You have to start looking for new customers. Whereas if you satisfy five clients, five customers, and they are okay, they will keep coming back, and they will bring more five persons. It's like networking. They'll bring more when they are satisfied. They bring more five persons, and that five persons bring more five, and you just keep getting making sales. I'm talking from a marketer standpoint. I don't know of a manufacturer standpoint, but for you to be a good marketer, you should know your product. If you bring me a fake human hair, and ask me to sell, I will know my target market. I know that my target market are those people that are on low budget, that cannot really afford 100% human hair. I will not carry that kind of hair and not start going to Jared to be calling big money and sales to people. And then they see you for real, they will catch you. Or here's your case. So I should know my target market. If I'm giving a, let's say, a close to human, 100% human hair, I will know my target market. I go where people that can afford what I'm selling, that can buy it and be satisfied. I go to them and I sell to them and they buy, they wear it, they rock it and they are satisfied. So that's what makes a good marketer. You should know your target market. If you're giving a luxury car to sell, you know your target market. You know the people you ought to go meet. You don't go to one village like that people have not, they can't afford a luxury car. You don't go there. Or you don't go to sell a light bulb where people there's no electricity and all that and all that. So I'm talking from the standpoint of a marketer, you must know your target audience. Whatever the product is, you must know every product has a target market. Every product has a consumer. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Irodinjo Justice has his hands up. He can ask his question, please.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Ma Victoria Solomon. I appreciate your lecture. Please, first of all, I want to make an appeal. I would like to work with you. So if I can connect with you on social media, please, I will do that. I would like to do that rather. And I just want to react on, hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just want to react on the question Joy Pilot asked about the biggest challenges as a marketer. For marketing, because that's where I find myself also to the commercial department. I actually work with one of the radio stations here too in Port Harcourt. So I'm in that department. Now, for marketing, there is no biggest challenge. Okay, once you go out to the field, there is always an objection, and the objection will range from there's something called an MPS rating in media. Somebody that is well grounded in media will want to ask your client, a prospect that is well grounded in media, want to ask you your MPS rating, and also to the kind of programs you do, your price. So those are the challenges too. And other people too, they also have their personal issues that they are also thinking, and you're coming to tell them, come and run ads, come and patronize my business. No. So there is no actual biggest challenge. You just go out and you face different kinds of objection from different set of persons. But there's something that is very unique in marketing that I love is your sales funnel. Your sales funnel. In marketing, there's always a rule. Always increase your sales funnel. Okay, not everybody that tells you I will buy your product will buy. Now, there's also another rule that says there are three sets of prospects. Okay, first of all, they are suspects. Then when they indicate interest, they become prospect. Now, there are three sets of suspects, which you can also say prospect. First of all, there are people that can buy your product. There are people that cannot buy your product. And there are people that will buy your product in the future. Now, when you spend more time negotiating business with people that cannot buy your product, they will waste your time. They'll be telling you, those people that cannot buy your product are the ones that will give you the biggest sales objections. They will tell you, don't you know this station? This station is the number one. And why can't people be like that? But they're not even ready to buy into any of your product. For example, you get, so you should also learn how to filter your prospects. Don't just spend much time killing yourself because somebody says, I'm okay, yeah, you sell these things for 1,000 naira. The person will not tell you, I'm going to buy 50 of those that you sell. And you'll be like, oh man, I don't get clients today. No, most of them are just like that. Nigerians want to show off, but they're not willing to buy. So when you're able to filter your prospects, know that, okay, these people can buy, these people cannot buy, and these people will buy in the future, then it will help you well as a marketer. So that, because one thing about marketing is that it affects psychologically, okay? There's always an appraiser. When you're not doing well, there's always a target. Your company will also give you a target that this is your target for the month. You don't need to get psychological effect it brings. So, but when you spend much time with people that cannot patronize your business, you find out that it will drain you a lot. But one thing I love is that marketing pays well because you earn both in commissions also too. And when your commission is high, man, you're doing well when you're selling. So that's just what I want to add. And once again, I want to thank our lecturer. She's doing very well. I love the lecture. Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm done. All right. All right.
Any other question or contribution? Okay.
There's some questions in the chat box, ma'am. Let me get to them. And this is from John Peters. I don't remember the last time I visited a newspaper stand because news items are everywhere now in the social media and even from all these newspaper sites, including entertainment, sports news, etc. How are the newspaper companies coping with their marketing and revenues following this new trend? Then there's another question, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma. Please, can you teach us how to run sponsored adverts on Facebook? This question has not been answered. This is from Chibueze. Those are the questions for now, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. This last question. If I get you right, you said I should teach you on how to do a sponsored advert on Facebook. Well, I'm not really into that field, so I know there are agencies, there are people that are into it. You can meet, get your advertisement done on social media, on Facebook exactly. or you can choose to do it on your personal wall. But on that, I can get more information and get back to you as soon as possible, please. And for the other question about newspaper being outdated, newspaper being outdated because there are news everywhere. There are news items everywhere. You can get news items everywhere. You can get your news information on Facebook, on social media. You can get it even sent to your email. You can get it in other ways. Well, I wouldn't say it's more like obsolete. I wouldn't say it's outdated without what newspaper I know one thing I know is that what newspaper do, they now make it a kind of a soft copy. They come to you. So you can subscribe to a particular newspaper. For instance, the Sun newspaper. You can subscribe to the Sun newspaper online and they send you a copy anytime it's available. They send it to you at your convenient time, you go through it. I think they're still making money, they're still generating revenue from that also. The world has come to a stage where technology is is the key thing now. So if I was print, I own a print media where I print newspaper, and at some point people don't come to the stand to buy anymore. What I do, I check the trend and I get involved, pick up what is trending and do it also. So now newspaper um, media, what they do, they have soft copy. You can subscribe to, they still generate revenue. And I can boldly tell you there are also people that still subscribe to hard copies. There are people that still subscribe to have hard copies. They still have it delivered to their homes, their offices. There are still people like that. So it's not really like 100% out. They still get revenue from the hard copies and they still get revenue from their soft copies also. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your
Please,
wonderful
let
response.
me just add something there. For it to be a good marketer, you just have to have your eyes in everything. Just know the trend. Catch up with the trend. Just catch up with the trend and move on. That's how it is. You own a product. You have this particular way of selling the product. At some point, the world has changed. You just have to change with the world now. Follow them bumper to bumper and continue making sales. There's no limitation. No. Seriously, there's no limitation. As long as every people keep buying things every time. People keep buying. It's very easy to convince somebody to buy something. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can convince someone and sell a product. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any other
Thank
question? If you have anything to contribute, you can please do. I don't know if we still have more time.
Hello,
Please, if
man.
you
Good
have
afternoon.
any question, okay, go on.
Mine is a contribution. I think being a marketer or starting up your own brand requires patience. You need to have that patience to be able to grow your brand. Two, you need to be polite. Three, you need to control your emotions because people must accept you whether you like it or not. Ability to control your emotions will enable you to go far. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question to ask?
Okay, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
I have a question concerning marketing. Okay, in a situation where you're marketing, where you are marketing and someone, okay, a prospect, because the person have actually showed interest in buying your product, I've given you a date to come with the product that they don't like online stuff, that they want to see it physically. And then you go with the product and everything. But from what the person said, he was going to get it immediately and everything, like everything was settled. You've given him the price for the product, but he said the prospect just wants to see it physically because of what we go through in the society. So in this situation now, you've brought the product and showed the person and everything. Then the person decided to just take some of the products, like pay half, and said you should keep the rest till so day, due to some reasons best known to him. And at the end of the day, you one thing I understand in marketing is you need to do follow up, especially when someone is a prospect. And apart from being a prospect, you still need to follow up your ads, your content and everything, your reviews. So in doing this follow up, the person still keeps posting you and posting you and posting you. But based on the fact that the person have already paid some of the money and then the products are still with you, what do you do? Because I'm
Okay, the
giving
person has
question because I'm the one in this. I sell diffusers, and at the end of the day, this person have been posting me. So I'm really confused. I sold it off and I bought a new one. Like it's been a while now, and I've not still gotten any feedback. Just keep waiting. In this situation, what do I do?
okay. If I get it right, you did a transaction with the prospect and he gave a part payment for something, right? And you get to keep the product while waiting for him to make a balance payment, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's a kind of business you do. You just keep selling your business product. Just keep selling for whoever is available to buy. When this client is ready to buy, he's gonna get in touch with you and you're gonna deliver your own part of the bargain and the case is balanced. It's as simple as that. Follow up is very important to marketing. That's a good point you made there. Follow up is very important. At some point, you must always call your client. Remind them, I'm still expecting a call from you, Sal. I'm, still hoping to hear from you and all that. But in this case, you had already made past payment and you are with the product. It's not like the client took the product and since you're already with the product and he has given you past payment, except he comes to say, I want a refund, he doesn't even back his money if it's possible. But if you call him and he keeps posting, just let him be. It means maybe he's not happy, he's not financially buoyant at that point. Just see it that way. He's not financially buoyant to make a balance payment and get his product. This product are with you, you can say, that at any point he's ready, you can get it for him. Just go ahead and do your normal business and move on. You don't have to just keep that set of products and keep waiting for him. If it's something that is perishable, it's gonna go bad. If it's something that is not perishable, it's still not advisable. Just keep keeping it for that client. As long as it's a business you do, at any point in time that client needs it, you can get it through to him. Then just keep selling out your market, keep selling as buyers are coming, keep selling when he's ready. But at every point in time, at some point, remind him. It's very, very important. At some point, remind him. Don't over bother him with reminders, please. If most people don't like it, don't always call. Don't always call. Send text message. Just let him be. At some point, you just send it a soft reminder. You understand? And when he's ready, leave him. He's the one that will call you to tell you, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this transaction. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Linus has a question to ask.
Okay.
Linus, you unmute your mic and ask your question.
Okay. Good afternoon, and good afternoon, everyone here. Yeah, my own case is a little bit, will I say, little varying opinion as regards to prospect and the suspect.
Go ahead.
Yes. In the course of our training in school, I was told that some customers, there are some difficult customers. Not really that they're difficult. They only want to be.
We can't hear you. We can't hear him anymore. I think before he comes back, all of you should go ahead with the question. Aselemi, are you there? Can you ask your question? That's before Linus is able to get back. In the Mabasi Gospel, you could go ahead with your question.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So it's about marketing and information. And I believe, like you said, you have behind a lot of time not enough content. So there are also interaction. Because I want to like of this Facebook contact that now that I might not even know. But
You're not audible. You're not audible enough. To use the chat. Thank you.
Hello. Can I please, am I audible now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Right.
Okay. Sorry for that, please. Mother, please, I was asking, like apart from social media marketing and new media marketing, you indulge in face-to-face marketing also. So like you go to meet people or people tell you, people put a call across, they want to meet you, and because they're not convinced on maybe phone talk, they want to see face to face and discuss with you and people talk things out. So please, I wanted to ask, can you let us on the dangers of meeting? Maybe most of you don't even know them. Also, maybe it might require you maybe leaving a particular state to another state. Please, what are the dangers associated, and can you let us know how to be careful while going around our marketing activities? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, most times we leave the office to go meet a prospect. And if it's a prospect you really don't know, I mean, common sense should tell you you have to book, get a venue, a meeting point that's in a public place. Please, 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 because you want to make sales, you don't have to go meet a prospect in their room. So don't go enter someone's bedroom and all that. So I think if you're professional on the job, you should know that when a client, maybe you have this client you're trying to convince to patronize you, and at some point the client now fix a meeting and ask you to come over to his house. No, it's not professional. You can't go to a client's house. You don't know him. You don't know him. You can't go to somebody's house you don't know. But if it's in an office space. Okay, so and so company or limited. I call the MD and I fix a meeting in his office. It's his office. It's a public place. It's assumed it's a public place. You can go. If it's not in a public, in the office, you can fix it in an eatery. Just get a meeting point that you feel is you're gonna feel safe there. You like, for me, I get to meet my clients in the workspace. We don't do house and all that. It hasn't gotten to that point. We don't do house, we don't do guest house, we don't do hotel rooms. If you're going to an hotel to meet a client, it should be in the restaurants. It should be just be professional about the whole transaction. Your safety is what matters. It matters the most. So you have to be alive to keep making sales. Most times, some clients, I'm able to convince them to come to my office. They drive down to my office and have the meeting with me. Some clients, I go to their office and we have the meeting. And some clients, we meet at an eatery and still have our transaction done. Just be professional. Let professionalism come in at this point. Don't always, except you have it's a client that you know very well. You guys have been doing business for years, but even at that, you can't trust people. People can change at every given time. So you don't go to private places. You don't meet clients in private places for your own safety. Always choose public places that you feel you're safe when you're with the person. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Emeka Tonye has this to say from the chat. He said he just wants to add to the newspaper question by Peters. I think it is not totally archaic because not everyone has access to the internet or social media. So that form of communication will help meet those people. And so people value what they see in hard copy too.
That's a beautiful observation. Thank you.
In the absence of any other question, I would like to request for your social media handles, ma'am, so that we could follow you and appreciate you for this lecture.
Okay. I'll send that to Bumi and she can get through to the other team members, please.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. It has been a pleasure having you with us. We learned a whole lot. Thank you for your time, for your energy, for your resources. And we pray that God will bless you and take you to greater heights. Have a happy weekend, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I say amen to that. Thank you so much it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time with you guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye, ma'am. So I'd like to appreciate everyone for the lecture, for your questions, for your participation, and for making it lively. Bru can get the recording of the class that she missed. See you in the next class. Does anyone have anything to say?
Okay, there's a message in the chat box. Someone said, okay, Blessing, as he said, her contribution is, as a good marketer, you should be consistent and your packaging also matters a lot.
That's true.
Hey, please, what time is the next class? I guess by 5.
5:30.
On the flyer it says 5:30.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Bumi, for that wonderful job done. And as we always do, especially for the new ones that just joined us, at the end of each class like this, we always submit an assignment. And the assignment is that everything that you've learned today, you should replicate them, all that you've learned, replicate them and post them on the group WhatsApp, at least to show that you followed up all that have taken place during the lecture time. And be informed that Mr. Sami, even at wherever he is right now, he will be following up all that we are doing in the platform. And so if you don't submit your assignment, it will be seen as if you are not serious with the class and you may end up being ejected. So let's comply as we always do. Thank you very much. Thanks to Bumi. Thanks to the lecturer. In the absence of every other thing, till 5:30. Thank you.
Thank you.